Hi everybody, so I'm back with another cleaning organization little spring cleaning video. I don't know what's gotten into me, but I just kind of want to organize everything just because everything is so disorganized. So today I did my drawers in my kitchen. I have 5 drawers total, but I only needed to organize 4 of them. I have 2 like junk drawers and then 2 drawers with cooking and baking and just kitchen utensils in them. So I started with just emptying out my first drawer. The 2 drawers next to my stove are the ones that I keep everything that I used to cook. So I just took every single thing out of it, kind of organized it as I went. I needed to put certain things in one drawer and certain things in another drawer. So that's why I kind of just like organized as I went, and then I didn't want to put everything back in until I vacuumed it. So I just used my little handheld thingy from my vacuum and just got all the crumbs and stuff out of all the little corners. And I used that little non-slip inserts in all my drawers. And then I went and to the other one where I have all my other like kind of utensils, but I have like my can opener, measuring cups, cookie cutters, like things that are not like utensils for cooking. It's more like smaller items. So I also vacuumed this drawer. So after I organized this second drawer, I realized what I had in both drawers that needed to go in each one. So that's what I ended up doing when I was organizing everything. So since I had already done the first drawer, I already knew what I had in there and what needed to go in here. So one thing that I highly recommend is just using anything you have around the house, any containers. We all have like huge Tupperware or small Tupperware that we don't have lids for, that we don't use. So that's definitely what I kind of utilize when I'm trying to organize anything in my fridge. I use it for produce, like old Tupperware for my produce, stuff like that. So in this case, I use this large kind of flatter container for all my lids, and then I use this smaller one for the cookie cutters. Those are just things that I don't use on a daily basis, so I kind of put it towards the back, and then I ended up putting everything else in just kind of one by one, just seeing where everything fits best, and then trying to keep the things that I use more towards the front. So here's all the stuff that was in the other drawer that belongs in this drawer. So like I said, I try to keep all the baking things, measuring cups, kind of like smaller items in this drawer right here. And then after I put everything back in, I just kind of made sure that everything in the back was kind of just things I don't use often and I don't have to be like reaching for and making everything else a mess. So this one is all done. So I'm going to make my way over back to the first one that we emptied, and I ended up putting all of the spoons and utensils kind of with the same family. So all the flatter ones, all of like the scooper kind of looking ones, the mashers, like my whisks, all that stuff. I put it all together and I put them sideways like this. I feel like I can just see them a lot better. And then I started on my first junk drawer. So this is the large junk drawer where I kind of, just throw anything and everything. So just tape, old mail, just like candles, just everything. There's balloons in here. There's, pizza, Parmesan and red chili flakes. Like there's just crayons, batteries, whatever, my label makers in here, my labels, all kinds of stuff. So I like to keep the bigger things in here, so I started doing the same thing with this drawer, just making piles, a trash pile, and then putting things in the pantry or things that are extra things. I have a basket in my pantry that's like for extra items, like the little spoon, fork, napkin things. I like to keep them in there. Any extra condiments that are brand new, any candles that are left over from parties, like stuff like that, I just like to throw in that basket and put up in my pantry. So I left everything out of there. I didn't put anything back yet just because, like I said, I'm doing the same thing with these 2 drawers, kind of seeing what fits best in each drawer since they're really similar items that go in each. So this one is my smaller drawer. It's one of those drawers that's more narrow and small. So I did the same thing with this one, and I found this little puppy in there. I emptied it out completely and then and vacuumed everything out, and then I saw what containers I could use to put certain items. So I realized I had a lot of batteries, a lot of loose batteries, and batteries are expensive, you know, so it's kind of like annoying when you're trying to look for batteries, can't find any, you buy new ones, and then you're like, oh my god, I had a brand new pack this whole time just because everything's a mess, I can't find it. So that's what I ended up putting in that container. And then I did the same thing, just did trash. I put things in like Ziploc baggies, or I ended up using other containers as well. So I also put things in the garage if they were like tools or things we don't use often and we just didn't want to walk back to the garage to put it back. So certain things like that. So I ended up using another container for the very front of the drawer for the lighters and the smaller items. And then I put my scissors, the big lighter, and our glasses cleaner. And then I have a Ziploc bag of just markers for the whiteboard we have and pens. And there's the tape right there, and I put little smaller tapes with the batteries, and that's that drawer. And then this is the last drawer. So I used a little Tupperware container to put all the little, those are my chip clips, like for the chip bags, and then I put the Pizza Hut like spices in there and the little Parmesan cheeses. And everything fit perfectly. I was so happy to get all of this stuff done. Oh my gosh, like everything's so much easier to find. And then also in the other drawer that I had, the first one that I actually organized first, I had a bunch of mason jar lids, and I ended up putting it in a big, this is my like utensil drawer that I had already kind of organized previously because I had gotten a new tray, so I just keep all those things in there. But I ended up getting a big container and putting all the mason jar lids in there on the very top shelf with all the mason jars, so they're just easier to find and use because I have a lot of mason jars. But yeah, hopefully we can keep the drawers organized for a while. But yeah, until next time, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!